wait, just
Okay. Part number two, Simone is okay?
I hope so. There is something with my body. I hope it will work.
Yeah, it's got. Can you see us?
I can see you. Yeah, but there is some stuff on the screen. I don't, but it's okay. I
You
don't
can.
want to put anything because not that something is happening.
But you can play with this. Doesn't matter, sweetheart. If it's getting on your nerve, just play with the gimmicks there. We are chilled.
No, I just don't. I have no idea how I get this away. Oh no, a chat. A moment. I no, I'm totally lost it. Okay. Oh fuck, I'm somewhere else. I hope I
Oh
do not invite
fuck!
some random people now.
No, don't worry, sweetheart.
We still see you, no problem. You
We are
don't
I
seeing
don't.
you.
I don't see you now. I don't see you now. I have
click
no
on
idea.
Zoom. Click on Zoom. There's maybe
An icon.
an icon where it's stated Zoom. If you click
Zoom.
there,
A blue
Wait,
one.
blue one. Ah, I have. Oh, wait. Maybe here.
Take your time.
No, I don't know. I don't see anything. But I hear you. Okay.
Oh, it
good.
I mean,
should. It should, but okay, it's a beautiful experience. You're not hearing, but you can remember how we look like, right, sweetheart?
yeah, I can remember.
It's
Wait.
cool. Well,
Let's.
you can continue to try it. You're not going to break it anyways.
I have no idea what I'm doing here. Hmm. Yeah, I'm not good with this stuff, so I have no idea. Um, no.
Somewhere with the
Okay.
zoom, so to say.
No, no, okay. I'm just. I don't
Click,
get.
try later on again. Maybe you will
Ah,
just.
I got it.
You
No, I
got
can
it?
see you. I don't know what I'm doing.
Cool. So, okay, cool. Sweetheart, we continue now. Perfect. And
Okay.
Xander Lynch, you had a question.
Yeah, I was expecting this question actually.
Yeah, exactly. When you just allow, but who is there to do such a thing, to just allow it?
Yeah,
Is
I have no idea it happened.
yes.
But
Is it
yeah,
allowing just also not just simply arising, this
yes.
so-called allowance or allowing of emotions or feelings, one day there
Yeah.
may be allowing and then suddenly this allowing is maybe not there, right?
Yeah, that could be that I say no, I'm tired of this shit also. That I
Yeah,
say
yeah,
I'm not
exactly.
interested.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
of course. But
Yes. So,
it's
but it's
of
a
course
matter of speaking, right? It's a matter of linguistics. It's a matter of talk. When you say when you allow this, we can say
yeah,
allow it is happening.
yeah, I think allowing means also that there is some kind of openness for something where I say okay, and then there is also some kind of when you say no, where you feel like there's not openness. Yeah, of course you
Yeah.
can always put an eye over it and choice.
Yeah, but
Super.
it doesn't need. Yeah, beautiful. Because
Beautiful.
I would say that any action, doesn't need the label I or an additional layer to it for it to
Beautiful.
happen, like
Yeah,
walking or
yes,
allowance or whatever.
yes,
It doesn't
yes,
need an extra
yes.
layer.
No,
That,
and I found it also very interesting when I had this experiences where I had this, shift where I felt like yeah, okay, there is no stable eye or whatever how you want to call it, and I found it very odd at some time to talk about I.
yeah.
But then at some point I thought like, okay,
This will go.
that's
Yes, it's
just
language.
like how we're talking, and this is like just talking, and I don't need to
Yes,
make things very complicated. And it's
exactly.
just
Beautiful.
so yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I've seen this before where people, you know, when maybe there's a seeing that there's no separated you, when when this I is an additional thing, they try to get it right in language by trying not to use these words. But you know, it doesn't need to be using I, me, or you is just simply language, it's
yeah. I accepted that pronouns are helpful
yes,
in
exactly.
language.
That's just simply how it seems to work with, you know,
Yeah,
in this so-called dance of duality, there's a you and a me. It creates something. It creates the idea that there's a separation, that there's a you and something which you can do,
Yeah. Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, I think so. And I just take it as it is at that moment. Yeah.
Oh
Because
yes. Yeah. Or
I
no.
would not know how to communicate with someone else, even if this is just an idea in my brain or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
What do you mean, Simone, with not knowing how to communicate with someone else? What? Like
Yeah,
what
well,
back to the content of your YouTube channel. What is it about? The like what you
oh,
said, from abyss to bliss, or how would you put it in words? Are you in a way in touch with people? Are they coming to you? Are you offering like a service, or what's going, or is it just
no
a
idea what's
hobby,
wrong.
or a create
So
just okay, just
yeah, it comes from okay. I see it like okay, there is some kind of creativity that wants to express itself, and it feels like kind of a wealth that I share, and I like to share it. And I don't think much about if it's understood, or I don't think
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
follows or
Exactly.
all of these things. It's just like I don't know, it just happens, and I feel like yeah, why not? Yeah, it's
Oh yeah.
rich, and it's like and
it's
but I'm
like
not.
totally free. It's not that this have no purpose. It's just like
Yeah,
I would say like an artist doing art. And this is not necessarily for someone like for people for consumption. If someone I just simply share. If someone is interested or resonates, beautiful. If not, beautiful. There is
yes,
simply
yes,
I always say like I would put it like this. There is no escaping myself already. Like this is a full-on entertaining myself. So if I'm not able to entertain myself, I'm fucked. But
yeah,
totally empty, so to say. There is no, like
yeah,
there's
yeah. And then there's a lot of I don't know. I feel like sometimes I like to express intense sensations, for example, and I feel like through poetry or through art, this is a way where you can do it in a very special way. And I don't like, for example, to argue about truth or not truth. So I'm very
beautiful.
uninterested in uh, this kind of
Discussions about whatever. Yeah,
yeah. And
yeah,
I also
totally.
don't have a lot of resources for that.
Mm,
And I I don't I actually don't care much about these things.
yeah,
But I very much like when I feel like okay, people feel inspired and so because yeah, this is something which touches me.
yeah,
And but I'm not really I have no messages. So, or
beautiful.
I don't want to uh, do something with it or have a mission or whatever.
Yeah,
It's
beautiful.
just
Are people
I have
coming?
maybe enough time. I have
Yeah,
time.
yeah. You can give now a lot of reasons, so to say, which is just another beautiful story. No escaping, we cannot escape the stories. But when people connect with you, sweetheart, this may happen, right?
Yes.
Do they have like a thing you would say, oh, a lot of them are asking always in a way the same thing. Is there something which they are, can you?
Actually, I don't get a lot of I don't get questions at all, I would say. But I get some feedbacks. Sometimes I get feedbacks that they say, "Oh, yeah, I relate to this," or
Yeah,
"Thank you.
yeah,
I
exactly.
feel whatever. I have similar experience, or I feel whatever resonant
Yeah.
something." And but I don't get questions about anything. I think
Okay,
I would not
beautiful.
get a lot of answers anyway
Beautiful.
because um, about nothing. But yeah, I generally don't get a lot of uh, kind of reactions in a way like getting in touch personally, like
Yeah,
what
yeah,
you maybe see on Facebook or so. But
yeah, yeah,
and I'm not doing a lot to that
yeah,
either.
yeah. So
And
you are very passive, so to say, like what wants to come out, you simply express yourself and that's it. And then in a way the game plays out as it plays out. Well,
yeah,
look now for this is the best example now. Uh Julian and Uli like completely resonate with you, and then here Rosa, huh, okay, let's message Simone and
Yeah,
let's have a chat. You see, so in a way,
yeah,
this is the dance now. And
yeah,
this was, of course, not planned. There was no intention, and this is, of course, also like leading nowhere. We are just having a good time, I would say. I'm enjoying my dinner with you guys. I just totally love it. And what a beauty. Yeah, totally. Sander Lindchen, what's coming up there?
Well, nothing, to be honest.
Okay.
I like to listen. I've saw some poetry and some expressions. I think it was on Facebook,
yeah,
and yeah, it's beautiful. This is free to be however it seems to be. Arty expressions of, or or post or discussions. I don't see anything wrong or right with it. It's just
Yeah,
this expressing itself, so to say. And yeah, beautiful. What is there to say
yeah,
more?
yeah. It's just like sometimes thoughts about concepts, about ideas, sometimes just poetry,
Yes.
sometimes yeah, sometimes I like to make these kind of videos where I even like not to put too much text into them. And sometimes I had to hear that I cannot understand the text. I should work better on that. But I think like no, because it's not important that you understand
Yes.
what I'm
Yeah,
talking.
exactly.
It's like more about the experience. It's not important what I'm saying. It's just random.
It's the
Not,
expression itself. Yeah, right.
yeah, and yeah, and it's not for the intellect to understand. There
beautiful.
is no truth or something. It's just like uh yeah,
I can remember the times where I was also very young and teenager, and I was completely stressed out. I just, no matter what, it was already too much, no matter what. So in a way, I simply had like, now I can put it very clearly. The mind, in a way, the thoughts just made me sick. And the biggest relief would have been if there is like just sleeping the whole day, just sleeping, deep, deep sleep, so to say. And I was not, of course. This is like very active the whole time, so it was pain in the ass, believe me. But in a way, this would have been so. That's why I resonated very much with just like luckily or accidentally so, my mother was very much into art, and they were traveling a lot. My parents, I was with them, and I was in a way because everything was anyway stressful. I was just going to art galleries, also like crazy things, and just not reading anything because every artist, so to say, wants to say something with this picture or whatever. And I was just not reading anything. I was just staying there. Okay. You know, no idea, no thought. Just this was
yeah,
funny. This was really funny. I was just playing with this, and shit, I can't. Why are all of them are reading and having their booklets with them and going into concepts and amazing, amazing. Yeah.
yeah. I usually I don't understand art in a way like I don't know what there's something said or something, but sometimes I resonate in a way where I cannot even explain because I don't know. I like how it looks or it does something with me,
Yeah.
but often not that I understand it. And I'm not looking for meaning in art.
Beautiful.
It's
Maybe,
just a
maybe,
fragment.
maybe exactly. Maybe I was asking myself, why do people look for meaning in art? Of course, why not? Now I simply see it there. It's just very, maybe more entertaining going into the gallery. What wanted the artist to express? And then it's funny. You're thinking one thing and the art is completely different. And you're like, oh my gosh. And so it's quite entertaining. You see. But yeah, totally.
Yeah, and I remember also when I was in school, I did not like school at all.
Me too.
And we had who
Well,
does
no,
like
I'm lying. I'm lying. I loved it in the beginning. I couldn't wait to start. But
yeah,
then
okay,
the whole thing changed. The
yeah,
pressure was too big.
yeah, exactly. I was so curious for learning, but then you had this the pressure and all
The
of this stuff.
pressure. Mm.
And I felt like I had not the words for that, but at that time, but I felt like this is so much about indoctrination and about, they're not interested in my curiosity. They just want to
Yeah.
keep it small and everything. And
it's a shit system.
yeah, and I quit school very fast. I finished it kind of, but inside I was just like, no, not for me. And I remember when we had this kind of analysis of text, and so yeah, like poetry or whatever in German.
Yeah.
And usually they said, oh, this is not true and blah. And I said, like, how can you know? Because this is how I interpret this.
Yeah.
How can you tell me that this
Totally.
is not true and that it's something different? And then I said, okay, this is really not for me. You're just limiting my creativity.
Absolutely. Absolutely. They're in a way just forcing you to think this way and this is right and when not and this is wrong. It's just how the cookie crumbles. It's cool. Yeah.
Yeah. And I did not anyway know what to do here on this whatever planet or something. I always felt like
an alien.
But now I feel like we're just waiting for the bus, and I have to fill the time until the bus comes or so. And so it's not so important. And
well, it's funny, when you say I didn't know what to do here. There was like a similar something. I didn't find any need to do anything already. It was already what it was, in the sense that there was nothing to achieve or nothing to gain. It was already from the get-go what it was. I didn't see any need, to achieve something. Or at the same time, life was just flowing and things seems to be done, and skills were getting learned and all that, but there was not out of a necessity that there was a lack or something which needs to be done. It was already what it was from the get-go.
I don't think that I have had this thought, because I think I was very idealistic when I was younger, but I also noticed that, I don't know how to explain it now. I did not feel like this kind of idealism that I had, or this kind of, drive that is, you had to function. That was everything.
Yeah.
And especially in the time when I was young, there was just like this plan, what you have to do and how your life has to look like, and what you have for goals. And I had none of them. And I was not interested in any of them. And I also found I come from a very dysfunctional family, and you notice a lot of fakeness with this, like you see just the brokenness everywhere all the time, and then this hiding for this facade that is created. Yeah. And I liked when I was like, I don't know, 14 or something like that. I felt very attracted by kind of punk scene with very broken people, but or apparently broken, and I felt so. It felt so genuine. I felt so alive there, because that was kind of real. It was not fake.
Yeah. Exactly.
And this was what I always felt like when I was younger. That everything is so fake, kind of. Not fake in a way that I would not say no fake, but people are so very vulnerable, and everyone wants to pretend something.
Yeah. Keep up.
Of course, when I was a teenager, I was like rebellious, and but now I would see different. I would say, okay, people are just very vulnerable, and they don't want to. They want to hide.
They simply protect. They simply protect because they are fucking afraid, and they don't know why. There is sorry.
Simó, was there a seeing that this trying to keep up the appearance, that was just simply how it seems to play, that there was no one behind that need to keep up the appearance. It was just simply, this need to keep up the facade, or the trying to see through it, or the seeing through it is just just life playing in different ways, so to say, innocently, I would say.
I think I would not have, when I was in that age where I noticed that or have seen it like that, I would not have named it like that. I would not have used that kind of expression. I think, yeah, I think in that age I was like renitent and kind of against this.
Like you said,
A
punk,
rebel,
right?
rebelling.
Yeah,
Fight
rebelling,
the
and I felt,
system.
and yeah, kind of, and like I felt just not home there. So this
Mm.
came a little bit later. I think this came really when I spent the time in the prison, because I was very for a long time alone, a lot of kind of solitude experience,
Solitude, yeah.
and I felt like it was really healthy for me,
Crazy.
and um, I felt like I could breathe again in some way, and I was very driven. I had a lot of this kind of flight reflex from, what they call from trauma and addiction and all of this stuff. I was
Yeah.
always in some kind of seeking for the next intoxication and
Okay.
intense.
Yeah,
And
well,
that was, and that moment and I was still very young, I like 22, 23 or so. And I was immediately like resetted in some way. And I felt like, yeah, a lot of things have changed then, because the environment I was used to be, it was not there anymore. Like all of this kind of interconnectedness, what you have with this, when we live this way, like always
yes.
running away, escaping, seeking for the next kick, and so on. And I felt like home in some way, but not that I want to idealize the prison or so.
Oh,
But
yeah.
the experience, like
It's
some people do it like they go to retreats.
exactly.
I and For me, I was seeing it like that, and I had some kind of awakening experience, or however you want to name it. Some have been very intense, and it was like I felt so much vibrancy. It was very intense
I believe
again,
you. I believe
and
you.
and
It was quite a shock. It was quite a switch, right?
yeah, but it was not a negative shock. It
No,
was
yeah,
like,
but a positive one. But it was
yeah,
like in a way shock without yeah, putting like negative or positive, but it was
yeah,
just
it was like I had this feeling that there is no separation in some way. Yeah, I would
hmm
not have thought separation, but I felt like this interconnectedness, this,
hmm
this
Ah,
kind of
let me
energy.
let me quickly, Sandra, but you wanted to say something. I don't want to go.
It's gone.
Ah, okay, so let me,
Let it go.
cool. For Xander, if he's not booming directly, ich bin nicht höflich. I'm not polite. When there is an
Okay.
impulse, I boom, I'm going and interrupt. I know it's not so nice, but it just like it plays here. So now I'm listening, sweetheart Simone. Here with me, it was like when the story get very, very shitty, like a teenager. As I said, I had no clue why I'm doing all the problems, like for no reason. Then a book fell in my hand, like really like this, from Thich Nhat Hanh, Awareness. So
Okay.
then, in a way, I slowed down. I would say just a slow way of living. So because this was like overreacting the whole time, he would just simply say when it's simple. It's just what is now. Like when you speak, when you breathe, when you brush your teeth. It was kind of a teaching, of course. And what I resonated the most was this interbeingness, when I heard this, I directly felt home. Thank goodness there is one idiot who understands me. So I felt directly home. And I
Yeah.
could not but share the bullshit all over. My sister was like, Rosa, tiki taka here, I was like, sorry. And no friend, no family, no one could understand me. This was so in a way enttäuschend. Like
Yeah. Disappointing.
yeah, I was so disappointed. And but this was in a way the thing here. And then what Xander asked you, did you see in a way that all the characters maybe you are blaming, like, no matter whom, teachers, parents, what, what are they, why do they pretend to be happy if they're like in a way completely fucked? And in a way, this I this in a way I saw by the teaching, so to say, when they said, well, put yourself exactly into the skin of your parents, you would go the same way. Exactly the same way. There is no way to do something different. Like having the parents and parents and parents, grandparents, genetics, conditionings, where to
Yeah.
go, that's it. So I could not, when I heard this, it just directly clicked. And I was like, oh, shoot, of course, that you cannot blame, shame, guilt. This collapsed totally. But nevertheless, still anger appeared, and I wanted to be the good girl. I wanted to
Yeah.
be the whole anger, frustration. I would just like, this was beautifully here suppressed. So,
Yeah.
so I love also to say no way to escape. Like you will still bullshit yourself. There is no way to escape it. Or what,
Yeah.
no matter what is said, or it's already a misunderstanding. Well, that's the game. Well, that's the game. But maybe we can now go back. I just wanted to say this. So can you
Uh,
rem can you remember the point where we went away? When
uh, no. Somewhere where have we been? And no, I have.
I guess it was, it doesn't matter. It simply doesn't matter. It's just this goes freely. Here is no need to continue a story, but I just wanted to continue the story because under asked it. You said later. Later on there was this seeing that in a way it plays empty. That there is in a way there's no separation thing. There is no one separated from what already is.
You mean like when I was in this prison situation or what?
Or later,
I,
whenever, like seeing that this plays freely.
yeah, I cannot. Uh, I don't know where I'm coming from now.
Yeah, that doesn't matter. And but are you resonating with this? That there is in a way no one running the show, or would you say, well, there
Yeah,
is
I think
someone
that's
and not one?
no,
I would
no.
always say, I'm not going to negate that I'm here, but in a
Yeah,
way. But in a way, there is just not this, like what you said, solidity. I can perform, of course. I'm able
yeah,
to go out and get my money, so to say. But how would you go with this?
yeah. I think this is like we're kind of conditioned to function here, kind of some more, some less.
Yeah,
But I noticed in situations where I really didn't want to behave in a specific way, and I noticed that I have no power about what is going on, what is happening. And it was not often very nice things, like where I was very impulsive, and I had these kind of very annoying behaviors from, like when you have trauma and this stuff, and where I felt like, oh, why do I have to say that now? Why can I not just not shut up? But I could not. I could not.
mm,
And I noticed that there is no will that can stop it.
No
Even if
control.
yeah, I would love to. And the only thing what I notice is that I can be sorry for things, or there is this feeling of I'm sorry. If I would have control, I would not have done it, but I had not. And this was something when I noticed that with my own being or whatever. I noticed also that others have no control either.
Yes.
And,
beautiful.
I cannot blame anyone for being how he is or she is.
Yeah.
And that does not mean that I have to take everything, because this is also like
Yeah. Yeah.
impulse,
Exactly.
impulse to
That's
say
clear.
no or yes. And I
Yes.
trust these impulses these days. So I don't think much about when I say yes or no. Um, but um, but this is something where yeah, I became aware about this. It's just happening, yeah. And
Yeah.
of course, when you look through a specific lens and filter, you can say, oh, this is not good or this is painful or so. And of course, everyone has seemingly a central nervous system, and then you can have these kind of sensations that can are interpreted as pain or whatever. But this is nothing you can control or so. And
Exactly.
yeah.
So in a way,
And
you agree with just like that there is no controller. Let's say, and
yeah,
there are
absolutely.
just conditionings booming out the way they boom out, more
Yeah,
more or less traumatized body-mind systems.
yeah. I
But
sometimes I think like of this kind of it's a different image maybe. It's still an image, but like this kind of organic intelligence. It's self-sustaining and self-organizing, and
yes,
like in a body, no one is running the theory, or no one is
no,
running heartbeat, and maybe you can a little bit like have an impact on your breath, but eventually your organs do just what they do, and they don't even know probably that there is someone who pretends or thinks that he can do that. And the cells and the body, and it's going in a very marvelous way, everything, yeah,
yes,
like how this exists anyway. And
effortlessly, I would say,
yeah, and I think this
simply,
also our conditioning is part of this kind of organic intelligence,
yes,
what happens in a civilization. And well, I think in this life and aliveness and nature and whatever, however you want to name it, there is no issue with failure or with when something ends in a way or
yes,
transforms. Yeah, there is no problem with decline and anything, and or with yeah, failure, what we would say as failure. Yeah, like when you
yes,
say our civilization is doomed, maybe from some perspective, but maybe that's just a natural cycle. Yeah, we don't
yeah,
know much. And yeah, I think this when you experience that, you have not very much control about things that would be important maybe for you. For me, it was like there came some humbleness, like
relaxation, maybe,
yeah, and maybe gratitude and
yeah,
humility and all of this, where I feel like, oh, it's kind of also cool that I am here alive and I can have all these experiences. And when you don't label them so much, then they are often just very interesting. And like, for example, when some years ago with this disability stuff, I had to learn to walk from almost scratch again.
Wow.
Hey, and this very intense experience, and it was like very. I felt so much how this life force, aliveness, whatever, was doing this because that was not from my will, because my central nervous system was totally fucked. It was
Okay.
totally shut down in some way. And but it happened that I could walk again. I cannot walk well at the moment still, and I accept it. But I'm slow now, and it's okay to be slow. I cannot
It's
run with
okay.
everything,
Okay, yeah.
and I have the time to be slow actually now. But um, to feel this kind of force that makes you walk when because my will was not possible. I could not avoid this what was happening,
Mm.
and even that it went into remission again. I could not do much about it. It just happened somehow, yeah. And learning to walk as an adult is intense,
Oh yeah.
and
Oh yeah.
and yeah, I had. I often thought this is kind of vipassana, how they say, because you have to be really very present, and you have to be very focused and have a lot of resilience and endurance, one step after the other, and you have no goal in the
But
distance
sweetheart
because
Simone, look how beautiful. This is exactly like here the matching point also with me. Like I also started like, when I'm speaking, I'm speaking. When I'm thinking, I slowed completely down. Like not like in your case, it was just like the body, the nervous system was like, for me, it was in a way also like this. I could not function anymore. I could not take any stress, which was normal. In a way,
yeah,
I was we can say quite similarly. And then you start with zero. And it's
Yeah.
funny how life in a way brings you exactly there where, of course, no need for anything. So I also say, well, I wonder how this body year survived actually the whole shit. To
Yeah,
be
yeah.
honest, yeah, yeah.
I find I have a lot of appreciation for this kind of aliveness, yeah, for this.
Beautiful. Same here. Same here.
And there is some kind of, yeah, maybe organic intention. There's something which I don't want even to give it a name because it's like sacrosanct somehow. Yeah, you
Yeah, yeah.
cannot name it. It's just like where you feel like it's just amazing and
Well, this is
it's just,
exactly life. I say I fall in love with simplicity. Because life
yeah,
is simple, it just live itself. There
yeah,
is no one running the show. That's the simplicity, no matter what. You have no
yeah,
say in the matter, so to say. And
yeah,
the so like both of us, it seemed that we like the opposite, so to say. We are not anymore labeling stuff like here a lot of conditionings are still booming out. I can go very furious. Like not too much, but a little bit. And but it's fun. I have no issue with whatever, you know? And well,
yeah.
I don't know, maybe panic attacks will come again. I don't know. So what? So
Yeah,
what?
there's not
There is
much
no
choice. And
exactly.
I also noticed like when I came into this perimenopause stuff, when the hormones get very wild, and there was a lot of intense sensations where I felt like, okay, so yeah, it was not easy to be with me at that time. I live with my two sons, they are grown up now, and I think for a young man with end of teenage or beginning 20s, I think a perimenopausal woman is not the
It's not the first choice.
no, I think not. And yeah, I try to explain it, of course. And yeah, of course, we have a very strong bond, and it
Beautiful.
lasts. We have
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful,
it's very it's very transparent in many ways.
beautiful.
So yeah, they. I think maybe their future girlfriends will be thankful for that they know how it can be.
How it can be. Simone, sweetheart, I say thanks. Wait a sec, stay tuned, sweetheart. I will stop the recording.